Hey guys, and welcome back to Building Habits. In case you're new here, this is a series where I introduce a set of rules you should try and follow in every game you play. The goal is to teach you strong fundamental principles that we will improve upon as we go. This series is my personal take on how to improve in chess, starting from 400 ELO all the way up to 2000 ELO and beyond. I'm going to choose a series of rules that I have to follow. What you might notice is that you will miss chances to play winning moves. That's okay. The goal here is to focus on the fundamentals, and I'm trying to get you guys to build good habits and play high percentage moves that will help you increase your rating. Here we go, guys. E4. I am going to stick with the move E4. And I'm really happy that he played this move because it allows me to show you guys a very distinct difference between level 1, 2, and now 3. Okay, so we're going to start with this. Now, every time we've seen D5, we take it, right? Because we automatically take. What we're learning in level 3 is we're going to learn a few openings, and we're going to learn to keep the tension. So we're going to play this. Knight C3. Okay? Knight C3, we're going to take back, and we'll go over this afterwards, but I want to show you guys that this is the opening that I'm going to be using going forwards. This is the opening I'm going to be using going forwards. So I'm going to play Queen E2. You say, what the hell? Dude, what are you doing? You're moving your queen? It's not habits at all. That's okay. This is part of the opening. We'll go over it after. What is considered an advanced tactic? I would say an advanced tactic is just utilizing maybe pins, forks, and skewers, but not just one move threats. Maybe setting it up like a 2-move tactic. Okay, it goes G6. I'm going to bring my bishop out to a square that is probably not unfamiliar to you guys. Bishop F5. And now I get a chance at the 1000, 1200 level to blunder my queen with Knight E5. Just hoping to bait my opponent into taking my queen. And he did. And we just fucking KO'd this guy. That's what level 3 is all about. Boys, I'm telling you, level 3 habits, 9-move wins. This is the new standard for you guys. You guys are stuck at level 2. You're wondering, where's the promised land? What does the future look like? It looks like this. It looks like 9-move wins every single goddamn game. Now, we analyze it. As I said, what I'm doing in the opening here is not part of the habits. This doesn't follow the habits rules. You have to treat it as something separate. Treat it as something that is like opening theory. It's really nice when you play an opening that you have an idea how you're going to develop your pieces and where you're going to put them before you even start the game. So it's called the 2 Knights. So we're going to be playing this opening going forward whenever we play against the Caro-Kann. First of all, after Knight C3, your opponents are probably going to take this pawn, I would say, 80% of the time. Maybe higher. You're going to take back. Okay? Got a knight in the middle of the board. If they play Bishop F5, and this is very natural in the Caro-Kann, you're going to bring the knight back to G3. Okay? You're going to bring your knight back, and you're going to attack the bishop. The bishop's going to go to G6, because of course it is. You're going to play H4. You're going to try to trap the bishop and win it. Your opponent is going to do something that does not allow that to happen. H6 or H5, 2 of the only moves on the board, basically. As soon as they do this, you're going to play Knight E5. And I know it might be like, man, this is really complicated. This is super advanced. This is just one line. I'm just going to commit it to memory. Knight E5. Hitting the bishop, and let's just say if I go here, if you were able to do this, that is a disaster. Your opponent's position is so bad here, almost losing on the spot. He's not going to allow that. He's going to go here. Doesn't want that to happen. Bishop H7. Right. Okay, we're gonna immediately target this. Okay, you're gonna threaten checkmate in 1. He's got to defend it. How can he defend it? Well, he actually only has 1 move. I know that might sound surprising, but he only has 1 move. If he plays Queen D5 to defend it, well, you can already play Bishop C4, and you're just completely winning the game immediately. Game's already over. So they're going to play G6. Going to play G6. Now, great thing to do after G6 is, just like I did, you're going to play Bishop C4. And it's like, wait a minute. How many people are you going to checkmate like this? Probably 7. Enjoy all of those games. Now, you're threatening checkmate in one. Other than those 7 people, they might come up with this move. They might come up with it. And you're going to take this queen, and you're going to put it right back. You're going to save it. You're going to save it. You're going to put it back to e2. Now, what are you threatening here? You are threatening to play knight takes pawn and queen takes e6, and you're going to mate this guy. That is what you're threatening. So if he does something like this, you're going to take this, and you're going to mate the guy. How many people will you checkmate like this? About 11. Enjoy them. Now, a select few people are going to play queen e7, and that's the best move. And then you're going to go right back to your habits, guys. You're going to go right back to your habits. You're going to play moves like d4, or like castling, like bishop out, like rooks to the middle, suck the... Yeah, you guys get the idea. But the point is, you're setting yourself up for success with this opening. And this is an example of what you do when someone plays bishop f5. If someone plays bishop g4, and without going into a lot of detail, we're going to stick to the habits. We're going to go h3. He's probably going to take. Let's just say he goes back. Play knight here. If the bishop goes here, play h4, and you are in the exact same position that we just looked at. Okay? Exact same. I promise you. Now, if he takes your knight, just take it back and follow the habits here. That's all you need to do. Follow the habits. Get a pawn in the middle of the board. Get your bishop out. Get this bishop out. Castle. Rooks to the middle. You guys know the drill. Okay? Just follow the habits. What else? Knight here. And this is what happened in my game. You guys remember. Why did I play this queen move? Well, this is something you're just going to commit to memory. This is what you're going to play. You're going to bring your queen out. You might be like, dude, why are you bringing your queen out? I'm going to show you. If he plays here, you're going to checkmate him. How many people are you going to mate like this? Easily 15. Easily. Now, if he brings his bishop out again, stick to the habits, h3. If he ever brings his bishop there, we're always going to have that habit move h3. That's always there for you. Now, if he plays moves like bishop to f5, we're no longer going to do the exact same thing. Okay? We're just going to take this knight. He's going to have to take this way because there's a pin. It's kind of one of the main ideas why we put our queen there. And then from this point, we're going to stick to the habits. Let's bring our pawn up. Let's get our bishop out. We're going to move our queen, bring our bishop, castle. That's good enough for us. Okay, queen e2. You might be like, wait, what if he played like he did in the game? Well, let's see. He wants to get his bishop out, but he can't do it. So why did my opponent play this? Because he needed to put it there. It was like he was hurting his soul, his very being. After bishop f5, I played knight e5, and I blundered my queen. And he took it. How many people are you going to checkmate like this? One. You're all going to play this guy, River Den, and you're all going to checkmate him the same way. We're going to pile up on River Den. The same guy is going to lose to every single one of you in chat. Promise you. River Den, we're coming for you. Mr. Captain Brown. Okay, we've seen this before. If our opponent plays there, we know we're going to play a6. Okay, our opponent did not play there. He played e3. And what have we talked about? Our plan is generally we want to play this move, this, and this. So we're going to try to do that. c5, knight c6. c5. Okay, the last time we had this this opportunity to trade bishops, what did we do? We brought our bishop back. Let's maintain that as a good habit. Knight there. I'm going to continue with my game plan of knight here. But this is something we'll look at because you guys probably know we have never looked at anything against the London yet. And this is the first time we've got a pure London system that we are going to take a look at. Why? Because you guys are going to see the London system in a large number of your games. So we're going to look at how to beat the London after this. Okay, the same reason why he doesn't want to take me here, I'm also not going to take him. We're going to castle safely. Okay. My dude brought his bishop here, brought it back, brought it back. I mean, starting to wonder what's going on. Okay, important moment, guys. I'm castled. I have to decide about my queen and 2 rooks. Rooks, where do they go? 2 squares. I see a lot of suggestions, but number 1 suggestion is b8. So we're definitely 100% going to put a rook on b8. Thank you very much. Capture towards middle. So rook on b8 is absolutely correct. Now, it's the combinations that people are suggesting. Hey, is it rook e8, b8, d8, b8, c8, b8? Here's the thing. This pawn is supported by this. So if you guys wanted to play e5 as an idea, maybe you remember a previous example where I said, hey, even though this is going to happen and open up, there's going to be an open line on your pawn. So you want actually the rook on d8, even though you want to play e5. The reason you don't need the rook on d8 to prepare that now is because you got a pawn protecting it. So it's no problem. But if that pawn was here, for example, and you guys wanted to play this move, I would suggest to put the rook on d8. Queen c7, rook d8, and then e5. And then the resulting position, you're going to want your rook here to support this pawn because your opponent can attack it. But because this pawn is here supporting it, I agree with rook e8. To make some sense, you want to play e5. Random pawn move. Yes, but where's that random pawn move going to be? Yeah, in the center is nice. In the center is nice. Queen, where should it go? I mean, the open file is kind of the first place I would think of. It is protected already, but it's the first place I would think to add pressure. Well played, Thirsty. All right, f4. Bishop's being attacked. Not going to overthink things. I don't have anywhere to go except here or here, and so I'll choose this. It looks more flexible. Rook e1, defending the pawn. My turn. Knight in the middle, supported by the rook. This looks reasonable enough, and I'm pretty sure we can launch a serious attack over here. Okay, pawn here. Well, he's attacking our bishop, guys. He's trying to trick us. He's trying to trick us. If I take here, he's going to take my whole bishop. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay, free pawn will take that as well. Rook h3. Wait a minute. How did he do that again? Wait a minute. How did he do that again? Hey. How am I getting mated down the H file all over again? This is a troll. We've seen this. Yep. Oh, we've seen this all right. Yep, I gotta start running my king now. Oh, this is a big troll. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's pre-move that at least. This is tragic. Just tragic. Queen d2. Let's open the position for my 4 pieces. Here we go again. Dude, I mean, what do you want? Oh, that's a pre-move. Let's do that. Oh. Dude. 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 I got 5 seconds, dude. What do you want from me? Dude. Dude. Get off me. Dude, get off me. Let's mate him. Let's mate him. Damn it. Let's mate him. When your opponent takes a long time to make a move, it's the very least you can do. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. My boy had a minute and I had 1 second. Just jump right in the next one. So d4, d5, right? This is the normal. And we talked about what we want to do against the London, right? So we mentioned the London. We're going to play here because we don't know like what type of London he's going to do. And if you guys remember from last time, we talked about when playing against the London, this is the setup that I'm going to do. And what did I tell you guys? I said we're going to play pawn here. We're going to bring our knight out. And I said, you know, are we going to get guys in the London who are like playing pawn takes pawn? I don't think so. If they do, then then they're either making a big blunder or they really know what they're doing. Okay, so we're going to play queen here. And we're attacking this pawn, and we're attacking this pawn. So our opponent has defended it. And honestly, already, I think we can uncork a miniature little tactic here. So we're just going to play c4. Doesn't look like much. It's like maybe it looks like a baby tactic or something. And we're going to take this pawn. That's the whole point of putting the queen there. So I know that this doesn't look like habits at all, but that's why I said level 3 habits is a little bit different. We're going to be working on openings. We're going to be actually looking at them and trying to remember some important things that we're going to repeat whenever we see this opening again. So this is a setup that we're comfortable with, and that's why I'm repeating it. Both of these moves stand out to me. I think because the king is in the middle, I don't need to be worried about this because I have a check. So I think I'm just going to go like this and try to get castle. Nice and simple. Rook here now looks like he's going to win this pawn. So might be tempted by move b6. And I'm just going to try to go, bishops out, castle. That's the idea. Can I show the setup against the London? Well, after the game, hopefully we can just look at the analysis board together and you guys will get an idea what I'm talking about. So gotta make sure my queen doesn't get trapped, but at the moment, I don't see how it can be attacked. Okay, let's get castle. Castling is important. Okay, let's develop. Doesn't look like much, but it is developing. It connects the rooks. Okay, knight in the middle. Definitely looks like a capture. He takes back. And here we have a choice to make. It's kind of a special game. It is a little bit different than usual. Basically here we have a really fast plan that we can do with our pawns. The rooks aren't too important because everything's locked up. You know what I mean? There's not a lot to do here. So I'm thinking about just pushing the pawns, and then the rooks can start supporting behind the pawns. That's what I'm thinking. So rook here, and I think this rook might be really, really good on that square. For example, after this, takes. Look at that rook. All of a sudden, it's opened up. It's brought the knight back. I think we'll play rook here. You'd be scared about your queen. Well, the thing is, whether or not my queen was going to get trapped, I decided to leave it there. My opponent could have made some better moves to try to trap my queen. He ended up sort of leaving me there, getting off scot-free. But it was quite possible for him to make some better attempts to try to trap my queen. So the rook here is to support my pawn, because my plan the whole time has been this. It's this. I'm pushing all my pawns here. Basically, if you guys did random pawn moves, you'd be playing the best pawn moves. So that's helpful. And look at this. After I take, this rook is magically placed beautifully on the only open file for me. Works out nicely. And then this rook is kind of supporting the pass pawns. I might go here, but he's got his bishop there, right? So it's not that good. We've talked about e4. We've talked about how this is a little bit different in level 3 habits. Am I just going to take this without thinking? Of course not. We have to be a little less reactive, which means after pawn there, am I just going to take it for no reason? No. I want to keep the tension, right? After pawn takes, I want to be able to take back. And I don't want to take him because then he takes back. Am I trading this pawn for this pawn? No. It's important to remember when you make a trade like this, you're trading this pawn for this pawn. It takes back. Would I want to trade this pawn for that pawn? I don't think so. Okay. So let's experiment with the move b3. And there's a reason that I want to do this move. I don't actually think it's the best move. Don't actually think it's that great. But the reason I want to play this is I want to show you guys queen for 2 rooks, which is one of the newer things that we are introducing in level 3. That's a level 3 thing. Trade followed by a nice little fork. That is a cute little tactic there that we'll be happy to see. It's a 2-move tactic, but this is the type of moves that I'd like you guys to get familiar with in level 3. It's not going to be crazy to see you guys out here flexing with your 1200, 1300 ratings, finding tactics like that. Nice little fork. And now we've got a pass pawn. How about we just push it, baby? Okay, he's got the blockade. Now there's a free center pawn, though. I've pushed it as far as I can go. Now this pawn is free. Okay, he's given me a few pawns there. Knight in the middle. Time to hit the trading floor. Exactly. I like what you just said. This is my plan. I want to trade pieces wherever possible. So right here, I'm looking at bishop here to trade that. And to trade that bishop, I'm looking at bishop there. Can I do that? Well, no. So I might play like my rook up somewhere to defend that square to support it. And by avoiding the trade, he lost his center pawn, and then he lost his rook in the corner. So you see how the whole game falls apart, but it's not because I was playing, I don't know, too insane. All I wanted to do was trade pieces. He said no. Okay, that's fine. And as a result, okay, we're looking for more trades here, by the way. As a result, I was able to win his rook. Okay, more trades. Trades are always, always good. This is a pin right now, so we're looking to just take this bishop. If I can get another pass pawn, I'll just try to push it all the way down the board. So let's take here. Okay, we maybe throw in some checks. This might not be the cleanest, but it's really easy to pre-move positions like this because he has a dark square bishop. So what I'm going to try to do, okay, let's take, get rid of the pawn. Let's pre-move. Let's just get rid of that thing. Let's get rid of that thing. Okay, so the issue is, do we have a ladder checkmate possible? How are we going to set up the ladder checkmate? You're going to notice that my own pieces are going to be in the way, right? That's not very convenient. My own knight's in the way on d5. This guy's a soldier working for the other team. It's terrible. He actually provided shelter for this king. Appreciate that, man. Let's go. e5. You guys know the drill. Okay, step 1 would take it. So after we take, okay, queen h4 is the threat. So, you know, the king's gambit move is always the knight. And then I said we're going to play d5. And the reason d5 is played is because people always play bishop c4. So it's a great response, and it always wins. Perfect. There we go. There we go. And now my opponent has disconnected. Guys, I'm telling you, chess is so goddamn easy. So goddamn easy. Just listen to me. I'm giving you guys free wins. Giving you guys free wins. Oh, he's here. How did that even work? How did that even work? He's back. Pavlens. We're going to trade queens because we're up a piece. We're up a piece. Engine turned on. Easy clap. He's firing up the old silicon, and now he's back to have at me. Guys, let's just focus on developing now, eh? Let's just focus on developing. Ooh, bishop takes f4. Okay, and as I always say, we do not care about this pawn. Right now, all I'm going to do is try to develop as quick as possible. Like bishop here, bishop here. This bishop maybe with a check makes a lot of sense. Castling. Castle. Okay, I have a question for you guys. I'm going to start by playing h6 so that I can ask you guys, where do we put our rooks? Where do we put our rooks? The center. Someone give that guy a pat on the back. Pat on the back. Someone give that guy a pat on the back. Center. Thanks, Chief. c8. I see a lot of c8. Why is c8 a really good one? Attacks the bishop, gains time. So we start with c8. I agree. The next one is the one that needs, a little bit more discussion, in my opinion. Okay, so he plays the move e5. Seems like a weird move. Attacks the knight. The way I would maybe view this is that the knight wants to move. It can't go here. We've talked about how we don't want to move it to the side. I think d7 is better than e8, just in terms of the habit, so I'd probably go to d7. Okay. Speaking of trades, absolutely we want to do this. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay, he's offering me a trade. I'm not going to say no. Okay. I should have probably done this earlier. Honestly speaking, guys, I should have probably done this earlier. I was so focused on castling, playing h6, but that's a trade that I should be taking. Okay. Now, when we look at this, I think it's pretty clear a rook needs to be here because that's where we're going to collect all these pawns. Okay. I know it looks tempting, rook e8 open file, but at the end of the day, that pawn needs to be captured. Knight e5, and let's take that. I mean, that's why we put the rook there. Okay, I mean, he's just giving me pawn after pawn, so, I mean, let's take that. Let's take that. He's being generous about it. Okay, we're in an endgame. I'm gonna shuffle the king towards the middle of the board here. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I'm gonna bring the king to the middle. I know it looks crazy what I'm doing, but the reason that I'm bringing the king to the middle like this, and I know it looks silly, the reason I'm doing it is because you guys see me do it in other positions, and I want to do it in positions like this as well, so you guys don't get the feeling like I'm only bringing the king in when it's good, you know. And I'm not trying to make that distinction. I'm not trying to make that distinction. I'm trying to bring the king in all the time. So that is why I'm going to play king here. I'm going to take that. Okay, that is why I'm playing this way. Your fundamentals are confused. They shouldn't be. I'm just a simple guy trying to take every pawn on the board. This is not the best way to play, but you know, you got a pass pawn. So I'll probably take this guy next. Depends what he does. I assume he'll want to take this. So we'll make sure to take this. And to be honest, we sort of want to start pushing this pawn here. Okay, so he's got his own ideas. He's got his own ideas. He's looking to push his pawn. So I've got this guy. We're going to try to run that up the board. I just got to play a little double duty here. Get my pawn up and okay. I mean, a trade you'd think we have to take. Now, this pawn wants to go here, but at the same time, I got his pawn moving up the board. So how am I going to stop his pawn? How am I going to stop his pawn? Where do we want to go? Here? And maybe here? Stop that? Okay, so we stopped his pawn. Now it's time for our pawn. Now it's time for our pawn. Let's get out of the way. And is it time to send the lad home? Is it time to send him home? Here we go. Okay, trade. Oh, it's a great little tactic we can use here. Would you look at that? Oh my goodness, wow. It's a discover check. That's a great tactic. Don't know how that was there. That's kind of perfect though. That's sweet. Nice little tactic. Awesome. All right, let's get a few pre-moves in. Let's get the knight out of the way. And let's connect the king and queen. You know what I like to do in endgame when I'm pre-moving? This is what I like to do. It might look silly. It might look silly. I like to keep the king and queen really close to one another and pre-move like this. Okay? Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Okay? The reason that I do this is because I have a technique that I'd love to share with you. I like to bring the king and queen close to one another, and just the knight, it's as if it's not on the board, okay? It's as if it's not on the board. The king and queen just slowly advance together, but not just in one direction. Slowly what you want to do is you want to go like side to side, and basically you want to get your queen and king eventually down here to that square. That's the magic square. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Why are those magic squares? Well, I'll show you. You can see how good my technique is here. Miss win, inaccuracy, miss win, blunder, inaccuracy, inaccuracy. It's just like, yeah, thanks, Hamba. Great technique. Okay, so the reason that we want to get to these 4 squares and why I say they are magical squares is because, okay, king's going to have to move here, and I go here. Now, your king's always going to be in one of these center squares, or it should be, and it's going to be supporting the queen on one of these squares. The king, by default, if you've got him cornered off, is always going to be on one of these 2 squares, right? No matter which corner you're talking about. They're the only squares available. Now, whichever square the king is on when you pre-move this, you're going to know exactly where he's going to move to the next square. So you can still pre-move, right? So you pre-move all your moves, you get your queen to one of these magic squares. The king is only going to have 2 squares. Now, it's going to be sitting on one of them, which means you know where his next move is going to be by force. 100% guarantee you know his next move. So in this position, so I know his next move is going to be this, 100%, which means I can pre-move this move. That's a pre-move, queen here. And now it doesn't matter where he goes because he's only got 2 squares. My next move is this, my next move is that. And look at that, that's a forced checkmate. How many moves did that take? From the magic square, it takes 1, 2, 3. It should take 3 moves every time you have this position. let's say king there, his king goes here. Oh, sorry. Let's say king goes here, and you check. Okay, check. It sucks. You can't actually pre-move this here or here because you don't know where he's gonna go. But you can pick your queen up and you can hover. You can hover the queen, and when he drops the king here, you quickly play that. When he drops the king here, you quickly play that. And then your next move, pre-move the king in, pre-move the queen there. It'll be mate every single time. Okay. We're going to play this opening. Yoked Nando 6. We got to look at this guy's account. Yoked Nando 6. Holy smokes. I'm playing a Giga Chad. Oh my god. Yoked Nando. Oh my goodness. This is the type of guy that beats up guys like me. That guy slaps your girl on your ass. What you doing? Chat, what we doing if he's slapping our girl? How we feeling about that? Oh my goodness. Of course he plays knight g5. He's a Giga Chad. He's sending it already. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think he's gonna move the knight away if I do this? There's only one way to find out. But like I have a feeling he could be cooking something real spicy up. He doesn't look like he's okay with knight f3, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's sending it, boys. It's very clear. He's not about to play knight f3. He wouldn't be yoked Nando if he didn't take on f7. Just no chance. No chance. But we can use that against him. You know what I mean? If you know you're playing against a yoked Nando, it's kind of like, you know, the charging bull and the matador, right? I know he's going to play the most aggressive moves at all times. So we're going to use that against him. Okay, there's a very aggressive move. That's fine. We're not going to overreact. We're not going to get psyched out. He wants to trap my bishop. Is that going to happen? No. Whenever we see this, for a5, we always just make some space for our bishop. We're not going to get psyched out. Bishop there. Boys, this was a good trade for me. I'm going to go take that. Okay? Let's just hide our king. That's like very important. When your king, for some reason, ventures out by force, tuck him right back in. All right? You don't want to be, you know, very exposed in front of everyone. Think of it this way. King in the middle is like having a boner in class, right? Boom, boner pops up. What the fuck? Teacher. Aman, you want to come to the front of the class and show your work? You got to do the tuck technique, right? Just flip it right up into that boxer line. Boys, you know what I'm talking about. You got to hit him with that tuck technique, all right? So we're going to tuck it right back in. Tuck it right back in. Back to g8. Bishop g4, that's a pin. That's a pin. Big Chad move. Expected from yoked Nando. Tuck it in. Flip it up right into that boxer line, boys. Tuck it right up. Okay, rook g3. An expected move, but we're not going to let it phase us. We're going to stick to the habits. Queen up. Want to get the rook over to the open file. Okay, bring the bishop back. No worries. Of course, bring the bishop back. We're actually threatening his queen as well. And you know what? The rook's coming over here. Open file. Open file. He's probably going to like do something like this. You know what I mean? The yoked Nando. He's trying to mate me right here. I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in his eyes. All right? Continue. Pawn move. In the middle of the board. Let's go. Okay. Capture. Reasonable. We got to move our knight. I'm going to choose the central square. These ones aren't available. This is the next best. So I'm going to play knight e7. Okay. Rook takes pawn. He doesn't care about me taking his pawns. Ooh, an expected Giga Chad move. b6. He's taking advantage of the pin. He's taking advantage of the pin. Are we going to be afraid of that? No, let's just guard our pawn. No worries. Let's get out of this pin. I might just even go here. Let's get out of the pin. Okay. Big respect to Queen A8. Big respect. Let's block the check. Big respect for the Chad energy we're seeing. That knight is attacked. That knight is attacked. How are we going to handle our friend here? If we move that knight, the pawn is loose. He's converging. So it should tell us that, hey, we can't move this knight. We should keep it where it is. How do I keep it where it is? Well, I have to defend it. Because I know if I move this thing, this guy's going to explode. Like, my God, he probably has it pre-moved, by the way. Probably has it pre-moved. He is absolutely going to explode on g7. We have to handle the yoked Nando. He's going to do something a little bit too aggressive soon. He's playing some great moves, though. I'm a big fan. Big fan of the chess. Let's move this queen somewhere. I have to watch out for this. Like I said, the yoked Nando. We knew this was possible. We knew this was possible. We just had to stay in the game long enough for it to happen. We knew that this was the case. Like I said, he's going to do something way too aggressive. He's yoked Nando. We were waiting for that move. Let's move our queen. Let's hit his rook. He might even just blunder it. Okay, so how are we going to win this game? What's our thought process? Let's play that pawn to support that. And you know what? He's going to miss this, isn't he? Yoked Nando there's no way he's zero chance. Zero chance. Zero chance. Yoked Nando. He's only thinking aggro. Yep, boom. Yoked Nando is done. Boys, he's cooked. He's cooked. For sure he goes here. It's a very yoked move. Guys, we got him. We got him. We got him. We're going all the way here. We're going all the way. Okay, we want to control that square. Push that pawn. Oh, we got him, boys. We got him. Yoked Nando is going down. Yep, there's no chance. We got him. We took him down. Just have to wait, guys. Just have to stay patient. Stay in there. Stay patient. Stay in there. Yoked Nando was bound to do a move like that at some point. We knew it was possible. We knew he was capable of that. This is the guy that beat you up in high school. You know, in elementary school. And look at you now. With the habits, now you get to stuff him in the locker. You get to take out yoked Nando. Hey guys, just a reminder that building habits is going to be a regular series on our YouTube channel. So make sure to get subscribed if you are not already. Drop a comment down below for the algorithm and let me know what you thought about the video. See you next time.